there are battles we face that no one sees. We may walk through the world with smiles on our faces, yet beneath the surface there is a battle, an unseen war raging in the soul. This is the story of Mara, a woman whose heart was once pure, but whose spirit became shackled by the bitterness that grew within her. Little did she know, bitterness would become the very battleground of her soul, and the key to her freedom would lie in her willingness to confront it. Mara was once full of life, vibrant with hope and promise. She trusted deeply, loved freely, and gave herself without hesitation. But life has a way of testing even the purest of hearts. Her trust was betrayed by those closest to her. Words were spoken that cut deep, promises were broken, and love was withheld. Over time, the hurt began to accumulate, like a weight pressing on her chest. At first, it was a fleeting feeling, an occasional pang of pain that came and went. But as the wounds piled up, Mara's heart began to change. She stopped trusting. She stopped loving. And most dangerously of all, she began to harbor resentment. Bitterness is a silent poison. It starts small, like a seed planted in the soil of a wounded heart. But left unchecked, it grows, roots digging deeper, winding around the soul until it becomes a part of you. The worst part, bitterness doesn't just affect the one who caused the hurt. It eats away at you, turning your heart into a prison and your spirit into a battlefield. One night, as Mara lay awake, she felt it, a presence. It was not physical, but she could feel it, a darkness in the air, like a weight pressing down on her chest. It was the spirit of bitterness, lurking in the shadows. It whispered in her ear, feeding her rage, her hurt, and her despair. They don't deserve your forgiveness, Mara. You've been wronged. You are justified in your anger. Hold on to it. Let it define you. Let it be the lens through which you see the world. Don't let go of your hurt. It's the only thing that's yours now, the spirit of bitterness said. The words of the spirit of bitterness were subtle but powerful, and Mara, so consumed by her pain, found herself listening. It made sense, didn't it? The world had hurt her, betrayed her trust. She deserved to be angry. She deserved to hold on to her pain. But what Mara didn't realize was that this spirit, this darkness, wasn't just feeding her anger. It was holding her captive. As the days passed, Mara's life began to reflect the bitterness in her heart. The world around her seemed darker, and the people she encountered felt more distant. She could no longer see the beauty in the things she once loved. Her heart, once open, was now closed off. The bitterness had taken root and had become a part of her identity. But then one day, while Mara wandered deep in the woods, she encountered a figure, a presence unlike any she had ever felt. It was as if the light itself had come to meet her. The figure was not harsh, not forceful, but gentle. It spoke, not in words, but in a knowing that settled deep in her soul. Mara, your heart is heavy. The bitterness you carry has become a chain, binding you to your past. You cannot move forward if you hold on to the anger that anchors you. The true battle, Mara, is not against the world, but against the bitterness in your own heart, the angel whispered. It was then that Mara understood. The spiritual warfare she had been facing wasn't just an external struggle. It wasn't about the people who had hurt her or the circumstances that betrayed her. It was about the war within her own heart. Bitterness had been the enemy all along, not because it was wrong to feel hurt, but because it had consumed her, robbed her of her peace, and kept her from moving forward. In that moment, Mara made a choice. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and surrendered the bitterness to the river of time, letting it wash away. She forgave, not for them, but for herself. She understood that true freedom didn't come from holding on to the past. It came from letting go. And as the darkness of bitterness lifted from her heart, light began to flood her soul. The battle is not won by holding on to pain, but by releasing it. Bitterness is a weapon the enemy uses to keep us chained to our past, but forgiveness, true forgiveness, is the key that unlocks the door to freedom. You may not forget the hurt, but you can choose to let go. You can choose to rise above it, to heal, and to move forward. Bitterness may come, but it does not have to stay. The power to overcome it lies in your hands. And once you choose to let go, you'll find the weight you've carried will be replaced with a peace that passes all understanding. The battle is real, but so is the victory. Will you choose peace over pain? Leave your thoughts below. What is the bitterness you need to release? How will you choose freedom today? Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more prophetic spiritual tale videos. Thank you for watching.